For connections that have won this race in the past.
Nigel Twiston-Davies trains Josh the Boss for John Neal. John's son Jamie takes the ride. Big ride for him. One of two amateurs in the race. The other Patrick Mullins. No amateur rider has ever won the Mersey Novices hurdle. Esprit de Poitiers for Lucinda Russell. That was a horrible day for her team yesterday with Javinko dying in the novice chase. Of course, massive day for them again today. They've got to regroup and get ready for this, and then Corach Rambler a little bit later on. Nearest to you, Bugise Seagull. Flags up for the second, the Mersey Novices hurdle. Alan Howes is the man in the commentary box.
Thanks, Nick. Just angling around that first flight over on the back straight ahead to their starting point. Runners continue to walk forward, heading up to face the starter. And they're off. Runners are sent on their way, and the £100,000 Grade 1 Turners Mersey Novices Hurdle. It's over the 2.5 miles and racing down towards the first of their 11 flights of hurdles. Josh the Boss prominent with Esprit de Poitiers the grey. Close up behind Bugise Seagull. Then Il Atlantique in the blue and white. Bugise Seagull jumped a little slowly. Also a slight mistake there from Jimmy Desoy over flight number 1 as they settle towards the second. Josh the Boss and Jamie Neal showing in front in the blue and red. From Esprit de Poitiers getting over flight number 2. Then Il Atlantique and Patrick Mullins in third place. Lighter blue jacket for Bugise Seagull and Sean Bone a little wider. Just in behind is the mare Brighterdaysahead and Jack Kennedy. And to the inside in the red, white and blue is Marn's Way and Rachel Blackmore. Second to last, it's Staffordshire Knot in the cheek pieces for the first time. Sam Ewing in the saddle. The back mark of the red sleeves and cab for Paul Townend on Jimmy Desoy. Down the side of the race course then, Josh the Boss. He's won here over track and distance previously. Shows the way. Only narrowly though from Esprit de Poitiers and Derek Fox, who race along in second. Bugise Seagull to the outside of Il Atlantique. And in fifth is the mare Brighterdaysahead. And against the running rail, Marn's Way from Staffordshire Knot. And still anchored at the back of the field is Jimmy Desoy. Flight number 3 looming large then. Josh the Boss over in front. Once again led narrowly from Esprit de Poitiers, Il Atlantique. And then Bugise Seagull more towards the stand side. And Brighterdaysahead, Il Atlantique in the blue and the white. Followed over that flight of hurdles by Marn's Way. Close up with him is Jimmy Desoy, and then Staffordshire Knot as they make their way towards what will be the final flight of hurdles in another circuit's time. Josh the Boss is out in front, attacking this flight of hurdles from Esprit de Poitiers. Bugise Seagull still more near side, Il Atlantique over on the far side. Right in behind in the mare, Brighterdaysahead, then Staffordshire Knot. Marn's Way against the running rail, and in amongst rivals now Jimmy Desoy. Tightly grouped field come up by us in the Turners Mersey Novices hurdle, and it's Josh the Boss who shows the way, a length in front to Esprit de Poitiers. Bugise Seagull more towards the near side against the running rail is Il Atlantique. Another 1 length back to the mare Brighterdaysahead. Then Marn's Way is in company with Staffordshire Knot. And still with those is Jimmy Desoy. So about to head through the national starting point and into the back straight in this Turners Mersey Novices hurdle. Josh the Boss has always been prominent. The grey Esprit de Poitiers and Bugise Seagull keeping company onto their back straight run. Couple of lengths away to Il Atlantique, who shows in fourth, then Brighterdaysahead and Staffordshire Knot from Marn's Way, and then Jimmy Desoy, who was again perhaps a little guessy over that flight of hurdles. Now towards the middle jump over on the back straight. Flight number 7, Bugise Seagull, wider from Esprit de Poitiers. They now just go on from Josh the Boss, and Brighterdaysahead, Staffordshire Knot the next two very much close up in behind. Il Atlantique was a little low over that flight. Marn's Way and Jimmy Desoy are the back two. Now towards the final hurdle over on the back straight. Bugise Seagull and the grey Esprit de Poitiers, they dispute the lead out over 4 from the finish. Then Brighterdaysahead has been held together to the outside of Josh the Boss. Il Atlantique is next to the inside of those ones. And then Staffordshire Knot and Marn's Way and Jimmy Desoy. Still a tightly grouped field. Head down the side of the course now. And nothing in it for the lead. Esprit de Poitiers just ahead from Bugise Bugise Seagull, Josh the Boss, and the still travelling strongly mare Brighter Days Ahead. Then Staffordshire Knot with the white cap. Then Jimmy Desoy, Il Atlantique still looks to have plenty left. And then Marne's Way, and the field are about to turn their heads back towards home. Bugise Seagull, the light blue, the grey Esprit de Poitiers, all the time. Brighter Days Ahead looms up a big looking threat in third. Then Il Atlantique and Josh the Boss, followed then closely by Jimmy Desoy and Marne's Way, and Staffordshire Knot towards the outside in the white cap, 3 from the end. Bugise Seagull just about led, but quickly now pressed by Brighter Days Ahead. Staffordshire Knot near side, then Esprit de Poitiers, Il Atlantique trying to come up with something now. That was 2 from the end. Jimmy Desoy is trying to stick on, but they're racing their way down towards the final flight, and Brighter Days Ahead is cruising clear. Brighter Days Ahead by 4 lengths now easily from Bugise Seagull. Staffordshire Knot, then Jimmy Desoy out over the final flight of hurdles, and it's Brighter Days Ahead. She's well on top here. She's going to lead by 5 lengths with a furlong to go from Staffordshire Knot, a stablemate chasing in second, then Bugise Seagull and Jimmy Desoy, but it's Brighter Days Ahead, runner up at Cheltenham, goes one better here at Aintree. Brighter Days Ahead has taken the turn as Mersey Novices hurdle under Jack Kennedy. Home in second place Staffordshire Knot, tight for third Bugise Seagull, and then came on the outside Jimmy Desoy, clear from Il Atlantique and Marne's Way.
Oh yes, no mistaking it today. This is a mare of rare class. Brighter Days Ahead. Jack Kennedy for Gordon Elliott. Staffordshire Knot has completed a 1-2 for connections here, and Bugise Seagull has run a terrific race for Charlie Longsdon and Sean Bowen to hold on for third place in a race run at a sedate tempo. But it mattered not a jot to Brighter Days Ahead, because she was too classy and too quick anyway.
Indeed she was, and she also got the move that Jack Kennedy had executed so well on Jerry Colombe on the opening day. He was definitely not going to get into trouble as the pace started to unwind. Came slightly wide, only his stablemate came wider. He was well placed to get the jump on the mare, and she's outclassed them, Nick. Now, the Open Novices at the festival were a Mullins benefit. This is some real cheer for Gordon Elliott, a 1-2 with 2 promising ones, and a mare who can't help but evoke memories of Apple's Jade in the same silks.
Yeah, and 2 Mullins horses in the backwash here, and well in the backwash, who both ran with credit at Cheltenham.
Yeah, I don't want to pour cold water on the Ballyburn thing, but there was a bit more evidence that maybe that was a very thin race. I'm sure he is still the best novice.
Delight amongst the O'Leary team, because they've had the first and second here with 2 very promising horses of very different types. Albeit the Brighter Days Ahead, many people thought should have won the Mares Novices Hurdle at Cheltenham. She didn't. She and Jade de Grugy have both come out and won well subsequently. Does make you think Golden Ace is probably a pretty smart mare.
I think she is a very smart mare. I think Brighter Days Ahead has been better suited to using her pace over this trip. She stays it really well, but she's just been able to open up against horses that aren't quite as fast, opponents that aren't quite as fast as Golden Ace was at Cheltenham, and her ability has really shone through. This is kind of what she was meant to do on March the 14th, when she wasn't able to justify the short odds and the hype going into it, but she's produced a really high caliber performance today, hasn't she, to leave them behind and do it in no time as well, to quicken between the last 2 flights of hurdles like she did and open up as quickly as she did was very impressive.
Yeah, Martin's spot on as well about the likely future for Staffordshire Knot. He's not been as comfortable with the gallop as some, even though it wasn't particularly taxing at all. He's gone round the houses, but he still had that sufficient stamina to carry himself into what ultimately was a fairly clear second. So a lot will get lost, of course, in the midst of the rightly positive chat about this exciting mare, but there's a lot to take for Gordon from the performance of the runner-up as well, with a view to his younger team next year.
Yeah, and Gordon Elliott has been pretty unequivocal that even though he's trained most of this family, including formerly the non-runner today, Caldwell Potter, and Mighty Potter, the ill-fated Mighty Potter, who was a seriously good horse, he doesn't seem to have made any secret of the fact that he thinks that she's the best of the lot.
Yeah, it's really exciting, isn't it? He was absolutely tacit in that yeah, this is, and we're not, like you say, we're not dealing with huge degrees between them here. Mighty Potter was a really high-class hurdler chaser, and the fact that Gordon seems to hold her in even higher regard, and he'll be chuffed above all that she's delivered it on the big stage.
Fair play to Charlie Longsdon for running I think we're going to call him Bugise Seagull. There is somebody who was called Bugise Seagull, a mobster, American mobster. And I can't find the word Bugise anywhere in the world, so I think it is Bugise Seagull spelt wrong. But fair dues to him for running him.
Yeah, someone in the office must have had a mistype there, perhaps, anyway, with Bugise Seagull. But he's run really well, and